So as much as I really want to use this piece, I don't think I'm gonna be able to. To talk to you. Couple quick things. One is my internet out here is horrible. It took me 6 days to upload that last video. It makes it very hard to stay consistent, and I try very hard to keep posting 2 videos a week or so, 3 videos a week, depending on what we have going on. So I try to let you guys know more of what's going on. I try to let you guys know more of what's going on my Instagram. So if you do not follow me there and you want to stay up to date on everything that's going on, follow me on Instagram. I feel like Facebook is like not even a thing. And I don't have a Twitter, don't have a Snapchat. Maybe I need to get one, but for now, I guess it's just Instagram. And so the second thing is, when it starts to get dark out, my animals automatically go into the chicken coop or the goat pen, because chickens have a hard time seeing in the dark, or they can't see at all in the dark, something like that. And so I peeked outside and I noticed that my goats were not in the goat pen like they are supposed to be. They're standing out here on the sidewalk. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird, you know, didn't really think too much of it. And they're constantly staring over there. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if there's like a raccoon or something in their goat pen, because that's happened before where they would not go in there, and they were trying to tell us, you know, because they were on a routine with them, just like our kids. And so, long story short, Shep starts to bark a ton. And so I told Brett about it, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go check it out. So we walk outside. There's a big clump of white feathers, meaning something got our chicken, one of our chickens. And we followed the feathers, and there were more feathers like kind of scattered along way out into the cornfield. So you could tell something ran in our yard, grabbed the chicken, and took off with it. Yesterday, that was 2 days ago. Yesterday, we went to go get groceries. We came home, and I had asked the kids that morning to go open up the coop in the goat pen. And when I got home, I realized they were not able to get the goat pen door open because the latch is jacked up. And I peeked outside, and I was getting ready to walk outside, and out of the corner of my eye, back in that same corner where the feathers were, I see something that looks very similar to the goats. It was the same coloring, kind of the same size, but it ran into the cornfield. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. I didn't realize that like for a split second, I'm like, oh, that's weird. The goats don't usually run into the cornfield like that. And then like a split second later, I'm like, oh my gosh, both goats are still in the goat pen, which means I saw a flash of whatever is getting our animals. And so I have to be so cautious about, you know, letting the dogs out, letting the chickens out, letting the goats out. But I will tell you what, the goats are a very, very good like indicator of if there's something going on. They will be skittish. They will be, look at Shep. What you got? You got a big stick? Huh? Boy. So long story short, that's kind of an update. The tree house is still not totally done, but in the last video that I uploaded, I started to work on some fall decor. I am obsessed with fall. I love fall. I don't like to be hot, so I love like the jeans and t-shirt and sweatshirt weather of fall. I got married in the fall. I love fall, and I'm kind of pushing fall. So in the last video that you saw, I had made a door I don't even know what would you even call that, like a door bench table thing. And so I can't really put anything here because it blocks the window. I can't really put anything here because it blocks that window. So this is what I made last time. You got that scanner working? You love it? Good, I'm glad, babe. And when I made it, I left it the full door length. Long story short, it was way too long. It looked stupid on my porch because I couldn't set it up against like a wall. So I'm like, you know what, forget it, I'll just cut it down. Well, I cut it down. I think I cut it a little too short. So this is what I made. I think I need to cut it a little bit straighter, aka Brett needs to cut it a little bit straighter. I need to paint the top of it so it blends a little bit better. And then when I get pumpkins and then a sign right here to kind of cover that, it's gonna be like all fall stuff. I think it will look a lot better when I have more stuff around it, kind of thing. What you doing, buddy? Shep is definitely my dog. He follows me everywhere. He goes, oh, you need water, bud. He follows me everywhere. He goes everywhere with me. So I'm gonna get them some water and then I'm going to figure out what else I need to make. So I went ahead and printed off the stuff on my Cricut. I showed just a little clip of that, but I'm kind of worried that the letters that I printed for my stand-up welcome sign is going to be a little too skinny. So as much as I really want to use this piece, I don't think I'm going to be able to. We'll just have to see how it looks. So I'm going to do a different technique. Normally what I would do is I would put my stencil down, paint over the vinyl or the stencil, the sticker that's on there, and then I would peel it up and then you're left with the wording. But this time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the sticky part down, the W, the E, all the way down. I'm gonna paint the whole thing black, and then when I peel it up, you will be able to see the bare wood shown through. I don't know, I also thought about, instead of doing black, I keep everything basic, like very plain, very simple. I also thought about doing more of a fall color for my welcome sign, but I want it to be up year round. I want it to match if I get any fall decor, and black, gray, white, wood is like my go-to. So I think I'm gonna do it black. You know what? I don't think I have enough. Could do it this green color. I'm like loving green, but I also want it to match. I guess it would match. I'm gonna figure this out. So basically what I think I'm gonna do is just kind of make sure that I get around the letters really good, and then for the rest of it I'm gonna do it more of like a dry brush so that it kind of fades out a little bit, so it does look rustic, so that if I don't have enough, it's not gonna look as bad. I can sand around the edges, and I think I'll have enough. I don't think I'll use this whole bottle for this, but it just kind of looks like there's not gonna be enough.
Color. All the paints I found were flannel.
Oh my gosh, that turned out perfect. This sign turned out better than I even imagined. I'm very glad that I went with like the opposite technique. Dalton joined me out here too. What are you painting, rocks?
So
He's
come
painting
over
rocks.
and see what I'm doing?
But this is what the sign looks like. I love the opposite effect because I think it looks good. All right, my very last sign that I am making, and then I'm putting it all up for tonight. That is going to be this pumpkin sign, like I said, that's going to go on that little door table thing that I made. So this is the sign. I already have the vinyl on here, so this is the sticky part. So this thing is going to come up, and I'm going to paint over the words and paint over the pumpkins, and then I'm going to lift this up, and then it will be on there. And then I don't think I'm going to sand on this. I think I'm going to keep it pretty clean and simple looking. So I'm going to try to paint in here without it bleeding through. My freaking battery died. All that paint spilled on my deck. Lovely.
Mary did
I
that.
know.
She pushed me into it.
I know. I just got instantly tired, and I still gotta cook dinner, do dishes, pick up a little bit. I really need to vacuum. Anyways, this is the sign. My battery died as I was trying to show you. This is the sign. I think it turned out all right. It's a little more worn, like that vinyl just pulls up paint. I don't think I let it dry enough, but it'll work. I think it'll look nice up there. It'll kind of bring out that bench. So
Paint the rock.
sassy pants over there. Yeah, Dalton, paint your rock.
Look how small it is compared to the rest.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Looks good.
Yeah, and
What are you doing with all these rocks?
These are big ones.
Pretty day. I like those. Are you guys all finished? No?
Yeah.
Huh?
5 more rocks.
Okay, when you're done, call me out here and I will help you clean up all these brushes. Okay?
I'm already done.
You're done? Are you done? You're not done? Why don't you finish painting really quick and then I will help you clean this stuff up, okay?
Okay.
Okay. How about light pink? Alright guys, I think I'm gonna end it here. I don't know if I'm getting sick. I don't know. It's just one of those days where I feel drained. Brett just got home from work. It's about 6:40 or so. Brett got home a lot earlier than I expected, which is good, but he's got a headache. I did want to show you guys really quick. We have one rooster, which means half of our eggs now are regular chicken eggs that we can eat. The other half has baby chicks in it, and I don't know if they're gonna hatch. I don't know. We're just kind of waiting to see if the little eggs start to hatch, basically. So I wanted to show you how we could tell. So I come out here, put the eggs in a basket, go inside, I wash them, pop them in the fridge. So I noticed that recently when I was cracking the eggs in a separate bowl, there was some red in the eggs, which means that they were starting to become fertile, if that's the right wording. So we were starting to figure out that half of the eggs have baby chicks in them, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Basically, you hold a flashlight up to the egg. It's not a special flashlight, it's just a regular old flashlight. You hold it up to the egg. If it is a plain old egg, you can literally see right through the egg. if it is a fertile egg, you can almost see a dark spot. And in a couple of the eggs, the dark spot is getting bigger, which means the baby chick is growing. Watch out. Watch out. This is what an egg looks like when there's nothing inside. It's glowing, it's all glowing, okay? Now, let me try to get at the right spot. You can kind of see how there's a big ball of black right here. Like the other one, it was pretty clear that you could see. Okay, right here. I'm sorry, this is such a bad angle. You can kind of see the very bottom, how there is that regular part, and then right here, you can see there. Down at the bottom, you can see that there's, it's light colored, and then the rest of this is black. So we're pretty sure that there's like a baby in there. And if you look really closely, which you can't really tell, you can't really tell, but you can't really tell on camera, but if you look really closely, you can almost see like the veins and stuff in it. So let me put this back so I don't drop it. That was a really bad like picture, but oh, get it, get it. That always cracks me up. I am gonna go ahead and get the goats and chickens taken care of, and then I'm gonna go inside, feed my kids dinner. I'm gonna get my pajamas on and stuff, so I'm just tired. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow. I need to go to bed. Thank you for hanging out with us again today, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.